So now we're about to do our segment called Sounds About White. We're about to talk about stuff that sounds about white. Recently, President Donald Trump, he fired back at Jay-Z. Jay-Z called him
Superbug.
a superbug.
He didn't call him a superbug. He set up an analogy.
Yeah.
He set up an analogy about addressing problems versus, versus covering up the problem or hiding the problem. And then
Because I like how he talked about Donald Sterling. He said it was just like spraying perfume on a trash can.
And he was that was a perfect example of what he was saying.
Some of these old rich white guys named Donald.
And he was just using Donald as an example. The quote wasn't about him.
Yeah, it wasn't about him.
It was very telling how 45 jumped in his feelings.
Right. He obviously felt guilty the way he shot
felt some
back
type of way, and it wasn't even really a shot. It was just like he was just like, someone tell him that black unemployment is down because of me. But
it's gone down since 2010 when he was talking about Obama's birth certificate.
Right. He can't really attribute that success to him
at all,
to himself,
because
everything that happens in the first year is residual from the last year. So
exactly. In fact, there's less jobs available for Americans now that Donald Trump has been president. He didn't talk about that either. And so it's just like a lot of these different things that are kind of like trickling down from last presidencies, like taking credit for because they're showing themselves like evident now.
I know Eminem mad as hell.
Yeah,
can I get a reply?
He still hadn't even like acknowledged Eminem.
But see, even the way Donald Trump did that, he did it in a way that was smart. I mean, the media is gonna frame it as him clapping back or him, but really it was like, it wasn't. It was probably like he didn't make no disparaging remarks about Jay-Z because he probably know better.
Yeah.
Because he don't want to set himself up for that kind of failure. It was just like, it was like a snide remark,
yeah.
but it wasn't as much. It wasn't that much of a response that the media played it up to be.
Right. It wasn't like how he came at LeVar Ball.
This was going so wrong with media too. Is like they using a lot of this shit. They're reporting on tweets and they putting extra spice on it.
Yeah.
To make it seem bigger than it is, to get you to click. Media outlets is turning into straight up clickbait.
Yeah, I feel like CNN and the news is literally like trying to like compete with BuzzFeed now.
Yeah, they literally are. I mean, they all the whole entire, and especially before Trump and the presidency, media was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the news media was shifting online because your viewership was down, readership was down, but the web shit was up. And where people were going though, it wasn't to the main news outlets. It was real fake news was out there. People reposting and reading, it was articles with fake ass stories that shit don't even really got no kind of journalistic integrity, ain't got the format, and they got none of this shit. But it's like getting like hundreds of thousands of views and retweets and comments and shit. And because ultimately the news is entertainment too.
Yes,
it's entertainment too, and it follows a pattern of grabbing attention, grabbing the headlines. Whether it's the televised news and they're the most horrific thing.
They use buzzwords.
Most horrific event at the top of the hour, second horrific, and then some like horrific shit that's been ongoing. We give you a development on, and they just keep you sucked in with kind of the worst because it's like that car accident type of fascination that we have with just horrific activity.
Thirst for blood. Almost.
Hell yeah, we gonna lead at the top of the hour with the homeless, or not the homeless, the man in the wheelchair fell down a elevator shaft to his death, and it's like, you got. What's the news in it? You know what I mean? People really just tune in to see the footage. You know what I mean? and it's the same way with the paper media too. And then and so Donald Trump gave them a lot of stuff to report on, a lot of shit to report on, and it was distracting because they was falling for it every time. Oh, he tweeted this. That's a whole article about somebody tweeting. Like, come on, fam. Like, that's not news. And if you don't really have no media literacy, you're not really aware of how dangerous that is.
It's ridiculous.